Hello everyone and welcome back to One Bag, One World. This is a bag that I've wanted to review for a very long time because it has been a staple of the one bag community and maybe one of the more divisive bags. Let's get into it. Now this is the GORUCK 2, and this just isn't any GORUCK 2, this is their RIPSTOP nylon, the GR2 ROBIC version. Now this thing is incredible because in my mind, it solves every single problem the original GORUCK had for one bag travelers. The GORUCK bags are by no means limited to just travel use, but I do think they excel incredibly well in this space. So let's talk about why. Now on my right here, I have my original GR2. This is the 1000D Cordura version. So this is super tough, thick material. This has been one of my bags since 2016. When I first started getting into the one bag game, this is the bag that I thought I was gonna take around the world with me. And this probably looks familiar to you if you followed Packhacker for a while, because this is the bag that Tom pretty much said he took around the world for 2 years and it made him fall in love with one bag travel. This was the bag that he decided on, 40 liter 1000D. I don't think there could be maybe a more divisive and loved bag in the one bag community because it is so heavy and so over engineered, but this thing will stand up to an absolute beating. In some of their promotional videos, they drag it behind a car. People take it rucking. They go through rivers and streams with this thing and it just stands up to an absolute bashing. And it's easy to see why. 1000D Cordura, this stuff is highly strong, abrasion resistant. It's really solid material. This bag is gonna last me the rest of my life. Of that, I have no doubt. Unfortunately though, that comes at a price tag. You are paying a lot of money for these bags. They used to be made in America. Now they have some made in Vietnam. Some people say that the quality from the made in Vietnam bags are a little bit better, but I actually do think that it doesn't really matter. It's really whatever your preference is. If you're, a little more price sensitive, go with the cheaper version. This one is made in America. They all come with their Scars warranty, Scars lifetime warranty. So if anything goes wrong, you can send it in and they will repair it. The reason I didn't go with this bag, and it comes down to pretty much this, is just that it's too heavy. This is 4.5 pounds. Now this is their 40 liter bag, which is 22 by 12.5 by 9. So it's very close to carry-on max, but not quite, because a normal carry-on max is 22 by 14 by 9. So there's an extra 1.5 inches of width that you're saving. So the bag actually does look fairly small. So it's probably closer to like 38 liters in my mind, but due to the shape and the organization, which we'll get into, it fits a ton of stuff. Now, I've been trying to really take a look at what I'm bringing when I travel, because 40 liters, it's just a lot of stuff. It's heavy on the back, and when you're traveling around a lot, you really should try and minimize your weight. So that's why when GORUCK reached out to talk about reviewing one of their bags, they gave me a choice, and I went with this. This is the GR2 34 liters. So I downsized a little bit, but not by that much. It's only 1.5 inches shorter. So whereas that one was 22 by 12.5 by 9, this is 20.5 12.5 by 9. So you just lose 1.5 inches at the top here in this top part. Now this bag is phenomenal, and I have completely fallen in love with it. I knew I was gonna like it because I love that bag, but this has really won me over because it shores up every single weakness that bag has in my mind. And it's a perfect one bag travel bag. Because of its shape, because of its organization, because of its features, it is phenomenal. And let's just jump right into it. So what are the big changes? I mentioned that was 1000D Cordura. Well, this material is a RIPSTOP nylon. It's 410D, 420D ROBIC nylon. So it's got this RIPSTOP kind of grid pattern, if you're familiar with it. And that means that it's very tear resistant. So, if something starts to tear, these kind of grids hold it in place so the whole thing doesn't unravel. It still comes with things that you love: paracord zipper pulls, YKK zippers across the board. It's got this MOLLE attachment system, which is phenomenal because even though it is small, you can make your own compartments, get your third-party pouches. They also have some that strap to the front, and you can add on extra capacity if that's really what you want. Excuse me one second, my cat. Get off the counter. So the other thing that this bag did really well is it has AquaGuard zippers. So this ROBIC material, this RIPSTOP nylon, is much better at weather resistance. I'm not gonna say waterproof, but very good at weather resistance. And something that GORUCK does on all of their bags is that they put these kind of zipper covers all the way around the zippers here. So the zipper is always somewhat protected from the elements, especially when it's standing up. Rain's not getting into the zipper that way. And then if it does, on these versions, you've got YKK AquaGuard zippers, which is great. That means that you have that extra level level of confidence in your bag and being water resistant. No, this thing is just great because of that. All of the zippers are YKK AquaGuard, which is great. They are a little tight in my opinion, not the GORUCK, but in general, the AquaGuard zippers, they are a little tougher to use, but they do feel a lot better with prolonged use. My biggest complaint with the GORUCK bags is that there wasn't really a quick access pocket. So right up here, and it's got a different cord, paracord zipper pull. Jeez, sorry, I don't know why that was so difficult to say. It's got this red one. This is your quick access pocket. Again, YKK AquaGuard, that you'll find that everywhere. It's got a little zipper garage right here, which is really, really nice to store the zipper when you're done. And then I love this. I absolutely love this. You get this bright orange high vis lining. That is amazing because this bag is black on black. So if you need to find anything and you wear predominantly black clothing like I do, it's very difficult to find what you're looking for. Also, all my electronics are black. It did make it a little difficult to find stuff that I was looking for. Now with this high vis lining, this is just perfect. It's a couple liters of space at the top. It does eat it into the main compartment, but well worth that extra space. Now, I know I mentioned that this is 420 ROBIC nylon, but there is another material, 210D. That's on this back panel here. It is so soft. It's also on the underside of the shoulder straps here. So you get the 420 over here. You can see that mesh from the ROBIC RIPSTOP nylon. And then underneath here, you get this very soft 210D material. And this, in my mind, was probably one of the one bag community's biggest complaints, is that the 1000D Cordura bag was so abrasive on clothing, it was gonna trash your wool t-shirts, because merino wool was obviously the clothing of choice, right? And it is known to be a little more frail. That's why Wool & Prince has been so great, because with their nylon wrapped wool fiber tees, they're incredibly abrasion resistant in my opinion. I've never had a problem with them. So now that you have a 210D back and underneath the shoulder straps, all of the touch points on your clothing is very, very smooth. This is gonna cause zero wear and tear on your clothing, and I absolutely love it for that. And these shoulder straps, they are thick, they are beefy. I mean, these take off so much of the load when you're carrying this bag, even fully packed out. I slammed this thing with stuff when I went to New York the other weekend, and it just carried like an absolute dream. And that's saying something, because it doesn't have load lifters, it doesn't have a hip belt, neither does that one. And it just does such a great job of distributing the weight. Now they do have the additional hip belt attachment that you can buy. They all come with a sternum strap. The one on the GR2 ROBIC for me is much beefier. I have the one from GORUCK over here on the GR2 1000D, and I don't know if you can see the difference, but it's much smaller. I mean, it's like a little guy, and then this huge beefy one. So maybe I would swap them out. I don't know. I do like the bigger sternum strap. Now with the weight savings and all of these features of a lighter D nylon material, it does not really hold its shape as well. In my opinion, it is a little bit floppy. It is a little bit saggy. So if you're not fully packing this out, it might not be the best, but it does a really good job of maintaining its shape for the material that it's used. I will say that. It's not like it's just completely concave, in my opinion. So let's jump into some of the features on this bag if you've never seen a GORUCK before. All of their bags come with a frame sheet back here. This is the laptop compartment up against the back. You can kind of flip the shoulder straps over like that. That's how I've always gotten into it. And then it's a 3/4 zip, and this thing is awesome. It fits up to a 15-inch laptop, and it is what they call their bomb-proof laptop compartment. A lot of capacity, just a big kind of flat sleeve. This is your frame sheet for your back. This helps distribute the weight across the bag. You have these supporting stitches right here, which help the bag keep its shape and really anchor the weight all the way through the bag. So really comfortable carry, and it's nice and thick. Really great laptop compartment. I've never really liked ones that are full compartment openings, just because I feel like it adds too much of a point of failure. I much prefer these where it's like 2/3, because then you're still sewn in at one side or two sides of the bag in this kind of L shape. So that's the laptop compartment. I've had success at putting other stuff in there, like a Roost laptop stand, for example, along the side, but normally I just put everything else in the front of the bag, which let's get into. So you've got two compartments on the GORUCK, and this is for the GR2. The GR3 is one big bucket. Although they have so many different versions out now, honestly, it's hard for me to keep track. I did have the GR3 briefly, but I definitely just prefer the GR2 and being able to split up my stuff. So this is that high-vis lining pocket that you see right here for that quick access pocket back here. So you can see it does eat into the main compartment, maybe a liter or two, 1.5 liters, something like that. You've got MOLLE webbing against the back here if you want to clip in some of their pouches or packing cubes. You might be wondering what this is. This is kind of like an elastic pouch. I've actually ended up putting my sandals in here a lot of the time, keeping my shoes up against the back. It's just a nice little pouch, kind of like a built-in cube. It does have material on the side so nothing's gonna fall out, but this is what keeps it cinched down. And this is their plate holder. This is for rucking. So you put a plate in here, it keeps it up against your back while you ruck around with it. Some people cut it out, but I actually like it for my shoes, for example. And you can see that it's basically just a big bucket of space. Now you can fit a ton of stuff in here. I know this is 34 liters, but it really packs out closer, in my experience, to about 36 or 38 liters. So if you want a sort of minimalist looking bag that still has a ton of capacity, this is a great bag for you. Now, it's got these mesh compartments here, these little zippered areas. So these are pretty, I don't know, I don't use them very often. They don't really have 3D capacity, but they do have some capacity. This is just for like sliding things in here. So I normally put a jacket in here if I do use it. And then up here, these I actually do use, these ones up here, because they're the closest things to a quick access compartment that I've ever had before. So before I had this thing up here, I'd always just, you know, kind of keep my zippers at the top on this part of the bag, unzip it, and then I'd have quick access into right up here. Those are basically the extent of the organization you get in the main pouch. I normally put packing cubes in here, by the way, and I actually have my favorite packing cube. This is my Peak Design medium cube, and I just wanted to show you how it fits in. So if I put that in there, you still have quite a lot of room up here. I mean, that's, you know, a pretty big hand right there. You could probably fit 2 smalls on top of that, 1 small and maybe a jacket. It does fit the bag very well, and it gives you some space to put some stuff on the side. And you can see here, I still have a ton of room. So if this isn't fully packed out, you still probably have about 1 inch or 2 on the top of it right there. Now you do have another compartment right in here. And this is the thing that I really love about this bag, this little packing cube that they have sewn in here. So it's got 3D depth, couple inches. You've got 2 interior pockets here. They're a little stretchy. I basically use this as my built-in tech kit. You also have a pocket, basically a flat pocket here. Again, this is somewhere where I'd put like a jacket, something along those lines. On the front side, you also have another compartment here. And then you've just got kind of like a small little stash pocket up here. This is great for like headphones, things like that. That is it. It's very quick to run through because there's not a lot. But what I love is that it's so customizable. Whatever you want out of this bag, you can get out of it. If you want to throw on your little patch up here for your own, you know, country's flag, if you want to put something on there about gaming or whatever speaks to you, you can go ahead and do that. You can find these patches all over the internet. And the other thing you might notice is there's no water bottle pocket. Well, this is the beauty about Molly. I have a third-party Molly water bottle pocket here, and you can see that there are these straps with these little button clips. This is what I've used ever since I've gotten my GORUCK. My water bottle pocket just slides in right through there, and then it clips on, and it's got a drainage hole at the bottom, so you can easily use something like that if you do want a water bottle pocket and you don't want to stuff it inside. The other thing that I really wanted to call out on this, and this is something that came up a lot with the original GR2 1000D, is that it is a hair and lint magnet, and this one is really good about kind of shedding that. It doesn't really attract anything. It's super easy to clean. You can just brush it off and stuff comes right off. So I really love that about this bag. Now I'm gonna put them on and show you what they look like so you can compare 34 liter with 40 liter. I really do love the extra capacity on the 40 liter, but I really wanted to get my hands on a smaller bag because I am trying to cut down a little bit on the stuff that I bring. Also to show you kind of the height difference. I love these bags. I cannot say enough good things about them. I know the first thing when you look this up, you're gonna be like, wow, that's a pricey bag, but it's more than just a bag, it's a statement piece. They're well thought out, they're very well built, they have a lifetime warranty, they're comfortable to carry, and they're just lean. You know, there's nothing else on them that they don't need. No hip belt, no load lifters, no water bottle pocket. It's just a bag. It's you and your bag, and it's something that you're gonna keep for a very long time. I've had this for, I don't know, 9 years now, something like that, and it still looks great in my opinion. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have any questions about the GR2, either the 1000D or the ROBIC, please let me know. I love these bags. I cannot say enough good things about them. Thank you very much to GORUCK for sending this out. Do not forget to like and subscribe. Take care.